as he's tackled down inside the 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels.
They've got his man complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A huge play there for Chicago.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. From the gun, here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 18. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
He'll buy some time right. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Fields. That's complete to Slayton. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that could be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
On 2nd and goal, Fields. The quick slant caught. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense...
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Derrick Henry punching it in from a yard away. And the Bears will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. On first down, Darnold. That caught by Trimble. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! You know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. He's brought down there by Kenny Moore.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
On second down, McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Darnold now to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Kylen Granson. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Darnold. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And to the 36-yard line. Taken down there after getting 8 yards. Only needing 2 yards on second down. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 34. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Joey Sly on now for the Panthers. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd and 12, Fields. Open man is the tight end, John Bates. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw. That ball caught by Slayton. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run for it with Henry. 5 yards, a good run there, and now second and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Derrick Henry with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears will add on to their lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
It certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game in the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end, the wide receivers, everyone is coming together, wanting him to get the ball and get it often, and they want to carve some holes out there for him.
To throw on second and 10. Darnold. Over the middle, complete into the hands of Trimble. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Draw play, Darnold giving to McCaffrey. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 33. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. That's on the tackle, Braden Smith. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Here's Darnold. Looking underneath and finding Hubbard. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
Able to hit on a big play right there in the 2-minute drill. And now they've got a chance to use all the remaining clock and build on their lead right before halftime.
On first down, it's Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
This is caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And not able to break away this time, as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. Here's Fields. Touchdown! A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears would extend their lead here just before halftime. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here, because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
A first down throw, Darnold. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. A final shot before the break. Darnold. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Darnold gets this to McCaffrey. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 35.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Even with him busting through the contact, he'll still be stopped just inside the 35. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off. That's another beautiful throw right there. It gets it to his man right in stride, and I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm, they've been sharp, they've been on it, and they pick up another first down there.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Second down and goal. Fields. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's third and goal. Now Fields. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. And his kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Darnold. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Vision and speed, 2 of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there. This is McCaffrey on the give. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. You know that they were thinking second half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
From the 50, here's Fields. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. You're following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under. CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because
A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Let's go!
And we're back now in Charlotte. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. He's going to look deep for more, and that is incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down, and the Bears will get the football back. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Fields. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On play action, Fields. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here comes the Bears punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. So that one will be accepted.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Big stop. Let's go. At 58 is the mic. Go 58.
Back to throw, Darnold. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he will find his man on the outside. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. To the air again, Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Darnold on 1st down. He sets to fire deep. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Darnold completes it. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done. And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did. To throw is Darnold. Touchdown, Panthers. From 4 yards out. And the Panthers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it. And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. Derrick Henry, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th. Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that? I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so. Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless. And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game. Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Darnold to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Now Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Darnold. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Darnold. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they are on the scoreboard. Look at where the clock is in the game. He has to take a chance here and try and get the ball downfield to his receivers. Unfortunately, it was picked off.
Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.